So, hey man, what's your name?
I'm Subhanga.
Hey Subhanga, nice to meet you, man. What did you think about the Aston Villa game? United coming up with 2, Aston Villa 1. What did you think of the game?
I thought we got lucky because we started the game okay. We had a couple of chances, and then after we scored the first goal, which I thought was a brilliant goal from Højlund, after that, the Aston Villa were all over the place. I thought they should have had a couple of goals, but we were lucky they just scored one. And then, McTominay kind of saved us and he got the winner. So, yeah, I'll take the 3 points, man. Big 3 points. Like, if you look at the table, Aston Villa just in the 5th position. We're the 6th position. This is like a 6-pointer for us, man. I'm buzzing and big 3 points, man.
I absolutely agree with you there, man. I think you're right on. These are a big 3 points for us. And, at the end of the day, what is going on at the club with where we are in the position in the league, 6 points down, that's still a lot better than being what we would have been 9 points down. So, we had Onana playing goal today. What do you think of his performance? What would you rate his performance out of a 10, 6 being an average?
I thought he did a great job for him. In the past it's been leaky back there, but I thought today he did a great job. Good saves. I know we conceded 1 goal, but I don't think he could have done anything different. But other than that, did his thing. I would give him a solid 7.5 on 10.
Fair enough. What did you think of Harry Maguire? Or what do you rate him out of a 10?
Harry, okay. I think Harry had a good game. That assist for the first goal was his assist. And even in the back, I think, it was like we didn't give them any chances. I know they had most of the ball and they were tempting, but I don't think he made any mistake. And I think I'll give him a solid 7.
Heck yeah, man. I think I agree. Harry's been really good ever since he's kind of been taken off the captaincy off of him. I think that was really playing heavy on him last season. He just had a really bad season. I think this season's been a resurgence, and I'm glad that we didn't sell him in the summer because he's been a very consistent player in the defense for us.
Correct.
And, of course, showing that he can be a threat offensively as well. getting an assist today, and Højlund, who is a striker. How would you give, what rating would you give him? What do you think of his last 5 games? 5-5 now, youngest player to ever do so for Manchester United, making records. What do you think of Højlund? What did you think of his performance today, and what's your thoughts on him?
Højlund, like you mentioned, 5 goals. He's got 5 goals and 2 assists. Beginning of the year, I thought he was playing good, but he was not getting any services, so he was not scoring goals. But now, he's doing his thing, scoring the goals, and I think there's a lot of potential there. That was obviously at that time he had a couple of goals for Atlanta, but we didn't go for Osimhen, who was already made. So we have to give him some time, and in a couple of years, I think he can be a top player. Obviously there were some few questions in the media, even like hearing some story from the team itself. There's some questions about him, but I think he's a great kid. Does his job, great spirit, has the team spirit, and I think in like 2 or 3 years he's gonna be great for the team. We just gotta give him time. He's like 19, 20 years old, so we can expect a lot from him.
Absolutely. Højlund's a young guy, and he's got a bright future at United, in my opinion. What did you think about our wingers? On the left, Marcus Rashford. On the right, Alejandro Garnacho. Two really popular players in a lot of United fans' opinions. Rashford has kind of had a little bit of a resurgence, and Garnacho's been good throughout the season in most fans' opinions. What did you think about their performance today, specifically in the game? What would you give them a rating out of 10?
So let's start with Rashford. I think he didn't do anything special today. He was doing the basics. In the first half with Luke Shaw there, I thought we had a couple of good links up. But then after Luke Shaw left, it was Lindelof in the left back position, so he was not really there for the link up and everything. So I think Rashford did an okay job. I would give him a 6 for Rashford. And Garnacho, I thought he had a good game. He had a couple of good chances he created by himself. I know he could do better shooting, because he set it up for him. A couple of shots, like the shots were not good. I thought we could have scored some goals, but his dribbling and everything was really good. I thought he set up for himself. I would give him a 7. I would give Garnacho a 7. Yeah.
I think that's fair. Other than that, I think having Casemiro, Varane, Delo, and Shaw, and defense was they were. I think, in my opinion, they were all pretty solid. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Like once we got Casemiro back, you can see like the team is different, the spirit is different. Like the beginning of the first half of the season, like we were playing so bad, and that's because of the injuries. And Casemiro is one of the person which I thought we missed the most. If you look at last year, the impact he made was phenomenal. And in the first half of the season, like we really missed him. You could see that. Like the midfield was all over the place, and like last game, this game it showed, like what a difference he can make. And it goes same with Varane. Like I know he has injuries, he's not been consistent, but when he plays, he gives a solid performance. So according to ratings, I would give Casemiro a 7.5 and 8, and then Varane a 7. I feel I'm staying in that range because I want I want these players to step up really, and then give them 9s and 10s because I expect more from them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these players put in solid performances, but we definitely have to expect a lot better. We expect to at least control the game a lot more. I think there's big gaps in the game, and we're nowhere near perfect, but it's good to get a result even if the performance wasn't good, and I think that's what's important.
Yeah,
I think the last player we haven't touched on yet, man, is the youngest star of our United team, Kobbie Mainoo. What did you think of Kobbie Mainoo today? What have you thought of him in the last few games? And what do you think of him going long term for us?
Yeah, so my take is whenever we have a young player, we don't really want to rely on them too much because, but because of the injuries and everything, we had to rely on him. He had to start the game, and I think he has delivered. He's always calm in the ball. I've never seen him panic or anything. He looks like he's been playing there for ages, so that's really nice. And I feel like he's just this is his first breakthrough season. So I feel like the sky is the limit for him, man. Like we have really lacked that kind of player since since a Matic or even Carrick, like someone in the midfield who is calm and then gets the passes and everything. So he did his job right today. Hopefully Southgate saw that too, so he's getting picked for the England squad. But I think he's a camp player. He's passing everything, shielding of the ball, everything's good. So I'm really excited to see how he develops, and I feel like you mentioned, Højlund, Garnacho, and Kobbie Mainoo. We need to build the team around them because they're young players, promising, and I'm really excited for the future. And hopefully, we can win some big trophies under them.
Absolutely agree, man. Well, it was good to get your thoughts for the game, and we appreciate you coming out and joining us out here at BrewLink. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. 3 points. Let's go.